Athena, come into Zoom. Look at her. I think she knows that like animals don't love me. I think she can feel it.
No, I don't think so. Sometimes she just doesn't pay attention to us.
Is this how you play with a cat?
Yeah, it is. Engages their hunter instinct.
Am I supposed to let her catch it though?
I think you can give her a little bit of a challenge, but at some point let her have it, because then she can...
She'll get angry.
Oh, no, she won't get angry. She'll just like feel, I don't know, discouraged or something. That's what Jeremy said.
Where'd you go?
Scratch pad.
Athena, there's never been a time in my life when I wanted a cat to like me more than I want you to like me. Hello. It is Sunday, October 28th. Currently, I am in Nashville. I'm headed to Memphis tomorrow evening. And yeah, it's been chill for the last, well, this past weekend. I don't know, the last week was kind of a slump, so I'm right now like working to get my energy to not be in a slump, basically. I think I figured out what kind of style I want my vlogs to be moving forward. So hopefully there will be more of a pattern and less like one style here, another style there, and it's something different all the time. I will admit my last video was not, I didn't put much effort into it. And I was in Louisville, Kentucky for a week, and I stayed with my high school friend Christine and her boyfriend Jeremy. I didn't plan. I did like minimal research of like what to do and where to eat in Louisville, Kentucky, because I was just tired. I wasn't tired of traveling or anything like that. I think I was emotionally tired. I was ready to like hang out around a familiar face. I feel like being a solo traveler, I have not had a time where I felt like I was in a dangerous situation, but at the same time I have never felt extremely safe. You know, when you're at home with your friends or with your parents or your family, you kind of just like exhale it all out and you feel super calm. But I think as a solo traveler, I always try not to let my guard completely down. So like hanging out with Christine in Louisville, Kentucky, I was able to exhale and relax completely, and it was so much fun just to like catch up with her. I haven't talked to her in almost a decade. The fact that we were able to have very open conversations very early on of like us re-meeting, it was amazing. Like that's what I love about talking to people, is like having a great conversation where you're like, oh yeah, that feels good. I feel good. I hope you feel good too, you know, that kind of thing. That's Christine. Hi. Christine and I were talking about Asian food, and I was telling her that I missed Asian food. She like texts Han, that's her friend, and then Han goes, I'm there, and she comes within the hour with ingredients for hot pot. Now, hot pot isn't something super hard to make. It's just literally a pot of hot water, and then you put all this stuff in it. Also happened to be Harvest Moon Festival, which is a Chinese, yeah, it's like a Chinese, or I don't know if it's just Chinese. I feel like it might be an Asian, like several Asians kind of thing. So I'm gonna say it's an Asian festival where, ooh, don't go there. I don't know what they celebrate, but I do know that we eat mooncakes. So we brought these mooncakes to the bar. They had like a trivia night, so we went there. At that bar, they also had these like huge towers of beer. It was my first time seeing something like that. Oh my gosh. Right now I am headed to, was that lightning? What a freak of a weather. It honestly like came out of nowhere. I got a text from my phone, like emergency weather alert, flash floods. Christine and I were like, oh, there's no rain, like it's not raining at all. And then 5 minutes later, lightning and shit. And now after my class, everything is peaceful again. I have the link saved on my internet browser where it's just like the one thing you have to eat in every single state. And the thing for Kentucky is this dish called hot brown. So a hot brown is an open-faced turkey sandwich with bacon and Marnay sauce. Don't ask me what Marnay sauce is, I'm not really sure. It was nothing like I've eaten ever before in my life. It was very squishy. I ate as much as I could handle and I was like, no, I can't, sorry.
Or Crescent Highway, again. I get most of my stuff there or at the Korean store down the street. They also sell that there.
Hello, Han. Oh. So this Korean dish is just like hodgepodge, whatever you want to put in it. But after we finished that part, she put in some kimchi to give it flavor, more veggies. And then she put the rice into the bag where she was marinating the meat. And then she shook it up so all the rice gathered up all the sauce. And then she dumped it into the pot and started cooking. And then after she cooked it, she put mozzarella sauce, and it was a lot of carbs. I feel like the only Korean food that I've ever eaten growing up was Korean barbecue or like Korean soup, but nothing ever like this. So I had lots of fun with that. Christine and Jeremy, they took me to liquor store, but their liquor store is friggin' huge. They were giving out free hot dogs, free wursts. That wurst had cheese in it. First time having something like that, and that was really good. Life in Louisville, Kentucky is very, very chill. We went to the Louisville's only brandy company, and it's called Copper and Kings. It's a really cool company because they are very sustainable. Butterflies and the bees, when they're migrating, whenever they migrate, that area is one of their stops. So they made the whole front portion just like it's protected for the monarch butterflies. Not just monarch butterflies, but any butterflies, and for the bees. I filmed a little bit of the tour guide, so I'm gonna let him take over.
Tons to do here, beautiful city, great food, great drinks, great hospitality, and little surprises like, you know, Kentucky's only brandy distillery is operating right here in the city of Louisville, heart of bourbon country. We've also been voted Louisville's best distillery 4 years in a row. 24/7, always have, and they're getting some really loud music down here this weekend, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to turn the music up for you in a bit, so you can put that liquid. Then over 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years time, we'll create enough agitation to get that alcohol interacting with the barrel wall, pulling that flavor in. So the sonic aging process is not entirely a new thing, but we've definitely been doing it for a while. You might have just seen recently Metallica's making a whiskey now. They call it Blackened. It is a whiskey aged in brandy barrels. They play music to the barrels 24/7. Don't know where they got that idea from, but here we are. So when they published that story, we immediately jumped on it. Welcome to the Sonic Aging family. Every single story that's been published about it since has talked about Copper and King. So we got a little free publicity with that, which we're okay with. If you want to be a dedicated fan and listen to what the barrels are listening to at the exact moment that they are listening to it, we live stream it on our website. So next week, say you take a bottle home, you pour yourself a glass of brandy, you're reminiscing about your trip, and you say, I wonder what the barrels are listening to. Just get on copperandkings.com and you'll see. I like to say that if you take a sip of our brandy that's already been aged here while you're listening to what the current barrels are aging to, you're forever one with the spirit at that point. That's all it takes. You're in the club. That's a way to really get connected with what we're doing here at the distillery.
Video. Oh, hi. Video, I'm gonna take a picture. We'll take pictures later.
Hip-hop is the brandy's favorite music, without a doubt. It brings way more of those pulsations and those agitations within the barrel walls. There is a specific stretch of, I forgot to mention, we also change the music, not only every single day, but anytime an artist has a birthday, we play their music. National holidays, themed playlists, staff birthdays, we curate our own playlist. There's one specific stretch in the month of May that is like a brief little lesson in hip-hop history. We dubbed that the barrel's favorite week. So Ice Cube's birthday is followed by Tupac's, which is followed by Kendrick Lamar's. So you're literally getting generations of hip-hop right there in those 3 days. We think the barrels like that quite a bit. Definitely brings some good vibes to the brandy.
After the tour, we got to taste several of their brandies. not my favorite type of alcohol. It was very like in your face. So if you're not a fan of strong alcohol, brandy's probably not your friend. Morning. Today is September 30th, the last day of the month. Later on today, in a couple hours, I'm gonna drive to Nashville. But this morning, I am super hungry. I'm gonna go buy bagels. Anyways, I'm gonna go buy bagels. I'm gonna hang out with Christine. We will see how that goes.